weather.
Well, snow for most areas will begin tonight and lasting to tomorrow. We have minor impacts across the area through the overnight periods. And then for Tuesday and a Tuesday night, you'll notice that areas south of I-70 will have a little bit higher impacts overall, relatively speaking, and certainly southeastern Kansas dealing with even more impacts across the area with this particular snowstorm that will be heading our way by tonight. Here's a look at our cameras. We have cloudy skies. We did have a little bit of light snow north of I-70 last night and early this morning. That in some areas along the Nebraska-Kansas border got a quick 1 to 2 inches worth. But here's a look at what to expect for the rest of the day as snow begins to move in between 3 and 5 o'clock in our northwestern communities. May result in some minor accumulation, but we're really focusing on after sunset for most areas with several rounds of snow pushing through the area at times in the overnight periods. By tomorrow morning, at least according to this model, we are looking at it's not going to be a lot when you wake up tomorrow morning. This is not when we're getting the bulk of the snowfall for tonight. So really starting to get this going as we head into tomorrow, especially along and south of I-70. This is why we're seeing higher snowfall totals in this area, and this is why most areas along and south of I-70 are in that winter storm warning versus areas along the Nebraska-Kansas border where there's just an advisory, which means a little bit less snow. But snow continues south of I-70 through much of the afternoon. Does start to wind down as we get close to 8, 9 o'clock. We may get a brief shot at some light snow pushing through overnight into early Wednesday morning, but very minimal accumulation is expected with that light wave of snow. But here's a look at how much snow we could potentially get through Wednesday morning, at least according to this model. And this is on the higher side between some of the other computer models, but it is possible. The reason why is because of how cold it's going to be. We have that snow liquid ratio on the high side because of how cold it's going to be. We're going to be stuck in the single digits throughout most of the time it's going to be snowing. Now, we're not going to get an inch of melted accumulation of precipitation. It's probably going to be closer to maybe a quarter inch worth of precipitation for most areas, but when it's as cold it's going to be, as long as we don't have the dry air, which we did have last week, which really undercut some of the snowfall totals last Wednesday, it is very possible to get an upwards of 7+ inches worth. So it's all going to be about whether we get that dry air or not. We are going to be breezy during this snow event. 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts are likely going to reduce visibility, and the cold temperatures are going to be here too. Temperatures in the teens right now with wind chills in the single digits. We're talking about wind chill values in the double digits below zero for the rest of the work week, and at times cold enough to where frostbite could occur in 30 minutes or less. I'm really focusing on Thursday morning. That's going to be the worst of it between temperatures and wind chill values for most areas, likely getting close to, if not colder than 20 below zero. Slightly better on Friday, and will be even better over the weekend as temperatures begin to warm up. Precipitation wise, I think between tonight and tomorrow night is going to be our best and only chance of precipitation. As I mentioned, it does warm up this weekend, back above freezing, and how about 50s a week from today?